Hey there, everyone. It's your favorite doctor, Dr. Roz. And I want to talk with you today about healthy emotions and self psychology. The mind body relationship is becoming clearer thanks to modern science, personal development, and a relationship with the Creator. Likewise, the link between our thoughts and our emotions are also becoming better known. Research has demonstrated an obvious correlation between good emotions and self psychology. And we have the circle. Our thoughts and our emotions both form a circle, reinforcing the other. So, negative thoughts will generate emotions of a similar nature, and these emotions will then result in more negative thoughts. You keep doing the same thing, looking for a different outcome, but all you get is more of the same. And so this forms a vicious pattern that is most clearly observed in patients suffering from PTSD and other forms of trauma. It's very difficult to break free. Also, breaking free from the events that keep recurring in one's mind. Healthy emotions are linked with successful and a powerful psychology. You can't have the great experience without being able to have healthy emotions and a powerful self psychology working together in tandem. People who are happier have more success and better interpersonal relationships. They have better concentration, better memory, better social skills. It is far easier to be successful when you have a positive emotional framework as your working foundation than to be struggling internally with your own self psychology. And so you're probably wondering, well, Dr. Ross, how do I manage this relationship between healthy emotions and self psychology? You ready? Everybody, everybody, everyone is in a situation where they need to better manage their thoughts and emotions. Even if you happen to be the individual with high emotional intelligence, every day is not always a rosy, sunshiny day. And that definitely impacts emotional intelligence, which leads us to being in a different place that we really didn't want to be. But this whole process, it does take time. It takes time. It's not going to happen in super fast lightning, warp speed. It takes time. But there are proven ways to reinforce the strength of our thoughts and emotions. A few that I found that work really well are meditation, mindfulness, deep communication, and creative work. So, meditation and mindfulness are practices where we simply observe what is happening in our minds. We become cognizant of what's going on right in here. It's what we call intra communication. Those are those self talk conversations that we have with ourselves. Come on, you know those conversations that I'm talking about when you're getting ready for work in the morning and you're standing in front of the closet and you open up the closet doors and you say to yourself, what am I going to wear today? And then you start picking things out of the closet and putting things together, and boom, you've got an outfit and you're looking stunning. That is intra communication. And this is beneficial in a world that is so externally orientated. It puts the focus back on you. We can observe how we feel and how these thoughts stimulate certain emotions. Over time, we can catch the negative thoughts before they gain too much momentum and ruin our whole day. Deep communication is another technique where we work with a therapist or a practitioner to document, to analyze patterns for further insight. Talk with Dr. Roz. You're getting it. You're getting it. Creative work is all about self expression. An intense dedication to creative work is an excellent way to remove any negative tendencies. Self expression kind of gives negative tendencies the TKO, the black eye, so to speak. What usually winds up happening is that we can become so focused on the creative process itself that we're not focusing any of our energies or attention on the things that make us weak. Now, this is the golden nugget for you today. It's just as important to know our weaknesses as it is our strengths. Okay? Depending upon where you live, I'm a New Yorker, relocated to Connecticut 20 some odd years ago. But the one thing that I can tell you about being a native New Yorker and now a resident in Connecticut 20 plus years, that I 95, I 91, 684, they got potholes, right? And if you travel the same route every day, one of the patterns that you begin to formulate for yourself is watch out for the potholes. You become aware of what's happening in your environment. The same thing happens in our minds. We tend to do great work and focus all of our attention on the great work that we're doing and the great traits that we have and the characteristics. But we have to pay attention to the weaknesses as well, because they're part of the plan. Where you have a strength, you will have a weakness. That's how it goes. Now, percentage wise, absolutely that will change. But where you have a strength, there is a weakness. And if you ever hear of anyone and they say, well, I don't have any weaknesses, then they are not aware of their own self psychology. So this means that when we're finding the self, the practices that we use and the philosophy that we adopt, it becomes ours. It's yours and yours alone. Finding self is an individual process. There are no, tag-alongs. They can walk along the side, but finding self is your individual process. Self-psychology is perhaps one of the most fundamental yet misunderstood concepts ever. Some dismiss it as a new age ideology that cannot be applied in practical terms. But I'm here to tell you that nothing, and I mean nothing, could be further from the truth. In terms of finding self, don't be dependent in any way on people or things. So I want you to take an inventory of your life and look at all of the ways that you are emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially dependent on other people and things. Become as self-sufficient as possible, and this will lead you to your powerful circle of healthy emotions and self-psychology. That's the key for today. Have a fantabulous, a joyous, and productive day. And when you're ready to journey, I'll see you